His Whole Life by Elizabeth Hay explores the relationship between a mother and son and a nation on the brink of crumbling.
They are members of this small family that's staying together and falling apart at the same time as Canada is staying together and falling apart. So the 1995 referendum is in the background. The book moves between New York City and a lake in eastern Ontario. The boy is an American boy with a Canadian mother and an American father.
The genesis of the book is Hay's son, who at 10 years old asks her a question that would stay with her long after.
Out of the blue, he said, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" And it was a question I couldn't answer, and he wouldn't tell me what his worst thing was either. So it stayed with me, this kind of burning question. I decided a few years ago that I would explore that in a novel. I didn't know where the novel would go, but it was a question that would travel the course of the book. From the back seat of the old Chevette, heading north, the boy asked his question into the restless air. He had on a t-shirt big enough for a big man, and he was being cooked by the late August sun streaming in on his side. He asked, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" There was a moment's pause, during which his father kept silent behind the wheel, and his mother turned to face him in the back. "Well," she said, "there was that murder I committed last year." He smiled for a fraction of a second, then waited.
For Hay, the backdrop of the 1995 Quebec referendum was both an irresistible and demanding issue to tackle.
The most challenging part of the book was to make the referendum work. That is, to make it matter enough to the characters that it would matter to the reader, and to mesh the intimate family story that's immediately interesting into the larger political one. Because the stakes are so high and it matters to the characters, then I think the referendum works in the book.